What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be predicting every single NFL week. Is it 9? I think it's 9 or 10. I really don't know. But yeah, let's just get straight into this. Remember, if you guys like the videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel as I post videos every single day. Alright, so first game, this is going to be the Thursday night game, and it's going to be the Colts at the Titans. So these two teams, basically this game, and I think they play again in the next 2 weeks, is going to be just determining who's going to win the AFC South, as the other two teams really don't have a chance. But I think I'll take the Tennessee Titans. One, they're at home, and even though we have COVID, it still helps, right? Because it's a place where you're familiar at. Also, the Titans, they have a very good offense, and now while the Colts do have a very good defense as well. I just don't know. I just don't trust their offense with Philip Rivers. I know he's at least going to throw one pick in this game, so that will help the Titans out dramatically when they get a short field, and they'll probably capitalize with Derrick Henry as their running back. So yeah, I think I'll take the Titans just because I don't really trust the Colts offense, and more specifically, Philip Rivers. Okay, next is going to be the Houston Texans at the Cleveland Browns. I'll pick the Cleveland Browns here because they're just a better team. So Houston Texans have won 2 games. Both of them have come against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are the second worst team in the NFL. And in all the other games, they've haven't won. And even playing some bad teams, they still haven't won. And the Cleveland Browns are definitely not a bad team. They definitely have a chance to make the playoffs. And yeah, so I'll pick them just because of the pure talent on that team, even though I don't trust Baker Mayfield. Okay, the Washington football team at the Detroit Lions. And apparently a lot of people are picking the Detroit Lions, but I'm actually going to go with the Washington football team. So for one thing, Alex Smith is going to be starting this game because Kyle Allen got injured. And Alex Smith is actually a very good quarterback. I'd say he's about on par with Matthew Stafford right now, just because he hasn't really played that much. But in his prime, he was definitely better than Matthew Stafford. So yeah. The quarterback situation really isn't the same. Okay. So then Washington, Washington's offense really isn't too good, but the Detroit Lions defense also is not too good. But so we'll see what happens there. But the real reason I'm picking Washington is just because of their defensive line. The defensive line is really good, and I think that they will be able to stop the line and get to Matthew Stafford quickly, so he won't be able to have enough time to throw it to his wide receivers. So yeah, I'll take the Washington football team. Okay, next is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Green Bay Packers. And I mean, I feel like I don't have to explain this one. Yeah, I'll be taking the Packers to win this game. The Packers are a top 10 team. I don't think anyone would dispute that. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are, they're pretty bad, not gonna lie. Okay, next is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. And now the Giants, they got their second win of the season, but they've only beat the Washington football team, so it really doesn't say much. Now the Philadelphia Eagles are also a very bad team, but they are getting healthier. They're getting a few players, a few key players actually, back this week. And I feel like if the Philadelphia Eagles could actually just stay healthy, they would actually appear much better. So yeah, I think I'll take the Eagles just because they have more talent on their team, and even though Carson Wentz has the most turnovers in the NFL this season, I'd still take him over Daniel Jones. Okay, next is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. So I'll take the Bucks here. Right. So the Bucks, a very low, they played horribly against the New Orleans Saints, so they're gonna have to look to bounce back because they've lost twice already to the New Orleans Saints, which means that they have to have a better record than them to win the division, which probably won't happen. But if they want to do that, they have to rebound fast, which means that they can't lose to the Carolina Panthers this week. And yeah, I think I trust Tom Brady to get the team prepared to get ready to win this game. But I can't see the Carolina Panthers winning because since the Buccaneers signed Antonio Brown. Right, so I'm pretty sure they signed Antonio Brown before their Monday Night Football game against the Giants, and they almost lost that game to the Giants, and then they got demolished by the Saints when Antonio Brown was actually playing in that game. So yeah, they haven't looked good since they signed him and I don't even know why they signed him. Like they have enough weapons already, but yeah. Right. So the Carolina Panthers, especially with the way that they played last week against the Kansas City Chiefs, definitely could win this game, but Christian McCaffrey is out again. So yeah, I think I'll take the Buccaneers here. It's just a safer pick. Okay, next is the Buffalo Bills at the Arizona Cardinals, and I'll take the Cardinals to win this game. Yeah, this is probably going to be one of the best games of the weekend. And, well, like both of these teams are very good. I think I'll take the Cardinals just because, like, the quarterback is, like, way better. I don't think anyone will dispute that. Like, Kyler Murray's better than Josh Allen. And, like, even though the Buffalo Bills defense did show signs last week of actually, like, being up to last year's form, I just, like, Kyler Murray's just going to carve that defense up. And now the Buffalo Bills don't really have that great of a running game, right? So like they're going to have to rely on Josh Allen to beat the Cardinals with his arm, and I just don't know if he can do that. Like he hasn't like regained my trust. So yeah, I'll take the Cardinals here. Okay, next is the Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'll pick the Raiders. Like the Raiders have actually surprised me. I didn't think that they would be too good this season, and yeah, they've actually been very good. And now the Denver Broncos. Okay, Drew Lock absolutely sucks in the first 3 quarters of any football game. And then the fourth quarter, it's just like, he's just like, oh shit, man, I gotta actually play good. So then he actually starts playing good, and he's actually like a pretty good quarterback in the fourth quarter. But I think like those 3 first quarters of his bad play will be like enough distance for the Raiders to get with Derek Carr and all his weapons to like separate the distance to like it's just so big that the Denver Broncos can't come back. So yeah, I'll take the Raiders here. Okay, next game is going to be the Los Angeles Chargers at the Miami Dolphins. Justin Herbert versus Tua Tagovailoa, and I'll take the Dolphins here. And my reasoning is now Justin Herbert is obviously going to put up very good stats, but like the Chargers just really can't close out games. So like kind of like the Falcons, like they just can't close out games. And like even though like how amazing Justin Herbert is, like he just hasn't been able to change that. And yeah, so like the Miami Dolphins, right? They have a very good defense that can lock up anyone. So they're probably gonna be able to slow down Justin Herbert at least a little bit, cover Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. And then I just don't see it with the Chargers defense. They're the ones that really just let all these comebacks happen. So yeah, I think I'll take the Miami Dolphins and Tua to get his 3rd straight win. All right, the next game is going to be the Bengals at the Steelers. Now Big Ben is on the COVID list, and he also has an injury to both of his knees. So don't know if he's going to play. I mean, I expect him to play. It's only like a 5-day quarantine thing, so he should be able to be ready to play. Now the Bengals are very scary. Like this honestly like spells out like a trap game, just like last week where the Steelers almost lost to the Cowboys. Just because like the Bengals have been very scary. They've like beat the Titans. Yeah. So I'm still gonna pick the Steelers just because the Bengals offensive line isn't really good, and like I still trust in the Pittsburgh's front seven. And like now I'd say that the Bengals wide receivers and like running back, all the skill position players are the best part of their offense, along with Joe Burrow. I mean, quarterback's also skill position, so yeah, I don't know why I said that, but I think I trust in Minkah Fitzpatrick and that secondary to lock them down, and then the Bengals defense is not good, so I mean like the Big Ben-led Pittsburgh offense should be able to put up some points, even if James Conner can't get going as a running back. So, yeah, I think I'll take the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Right. Yeah, not really too much trust in them after last week where they almost lost to the Cowboys. Okay, so the next game is going to be the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Right, so the Rams were on bye last week, but like the last game they played, we got like humiliated by the Dolphins. Good lord. Right, and then the Seattle Seahawks, the last game they played, they got like crushed by the Buffalo Bills. So both teams are going to be wanting to look to rebound here. Now the Seattle Seahawks defense is like historically bad, but their offense is actually very good. So it's like good and bad. Like you don't know which one you're gonna get. Right. So the Los Angeles Rams are like just kind of a mediocre team. Not gonna lie, like they don't really do anything too well, but they don't do anything like terribly. Like their defense has actually been very like good this season, but I think that the defense is gonna get carved up by Russell Wilson. So it will like be up to Jared Goff to like match Russell Wilson's points, which I just don't think he can do that. So I'll take the Seahawks here. Okay, next is the San Francisco 49ers at the New Orleans Saints. And then, now normally this game would actually be very good, but it's not because like the San Francisco 49ers team has like totally been decimated with injuries. So yeah, I'll take the Saints here. Right, okay, next is going to be the Baltimore Ravens at the New England Patriots. And the Patriots, like, how do you just narrowly beat the Jets? Like, the worst team, like, probably we've ever seen since that Browns team that went 0-16. Good Lord, man. And you only barely beat them 30-27? Right, so the Baltimore Ravens are definitely, like, a top 5 team in the NFL. So I'll be taking them to beat the New England Patriots. Okay. And the Monday Night Football game is going to be the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. And I will take the Vikings. They're on a winning streak, right? They beat the Packers, and I think they beat the Lions last week. And the Bears' offense, like, just stinks. It just stinks. And, like, it doesn't matter how good or bad the Minnesota Vikings defense is, and it, like, really isn't that good. But the Bears' offense stinks, so they're not going to put up any points. Right, and then the Minnesota Vikings offense is actually very good, led by Dalvin Cook, who had like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. Like, good Lord. Right, so I don't think the Chicago Bears are going to be able to stop him. So, yeah, I'll take the Minnesota Vikings to win this game off of the legs of Dalvin Cook. So, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And if you guys did, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Too easy!